Hello and welcome to i-nastava. This is an English lesson for the first grade of high school. Our topic is innovations and inventors, and the title of our lesson today is Let's Wrap It Up. My name is Livija Pribanić and I will be your teacher in this lesson. In our lesson today, you will compare the habits of your peers. We will analyze the term innovation, and your final task will be to write a report. And now it's time to get ready. Please have your notebook and writing utensils prepared. Don't forget, you can pause the video lesson at any point. Are you ready? Let's start. We are being bombarded by modern life terms like technological advancement, scientific breakthroughs, industrial development, social changes. Do you ever think about these terms and their impact on your life? You are all members of Generation Z or I generation. That means you were born between 1996 and 2015. Your generation is the youngest generation on the planet. Your childhood, however, is different from the childhoods of the previous generations. Smartphones and social media have had huge impact on your lives. You spend more time communicating using your smartphones. Your life goes on in the virtual world of social media. But has it been so before? Do you think teens lived in the same way 20 years ago? Here is the first assignment in this lesson. On the link provided here, you will find an interesting infographic giving you insight into teen life in the 1995, 2005, and 2015. Please copy the link into your browser, study information on the infographic, and prepare a report. For your report, choose 10 most interesting pieces of information and compare them. You can add your personal comment and examples from your own life. In the end, don't forget to record your report and send it to your teacher. To help you with this task, here are useful vocabulary expressions. When comparing two things, you can use the following linking verbs: like, also, similar to, have in common, the same as, similarly, or as well as. When contrasting, you can use although, yet, however, on the contrary, but, and unlike. You can pause the video now and copy these linking words into your notebook. Finishing your speaking assignment has made you an expert in modern times. But let's be real. Modern times have good sides as well. Life is so much easier nowadays. Research and advancement in medicine have improved our life expectancy. Technological developments have made lives more comfortable. We travel faster, and the whole world has become a global village. We all enjoy in the benefits of these modern times. We enjoy in the comforts of modern innovations. So let's match the innovators and their innovations. Here is a fun activity for you. In the first column, you will see the names of famous modern innovators. In the column on your right, you will see their innovations. Now, pause the video lesson and try to match the innovator to its innovations. You can write it down in your notebook. Let's check it together. Steve Jobs developed the smartphone world with his iPad. Marie Curie made great researchers on radioactivity. Elon Musk has been making great progress on luxurious electric cars. Nikola Tesla worked on the production, transmission, and application of electric power. Amanda Jones was the inventor of vacuum method of canning. Leonardo da Vinci, among many other things, also invented the parachute. And finally, Josephine Cochrane invented the first mechanical dishwasher. Well done! All the names from the previous activity belong to grown-ups. But are innovators only adult people? You will watch the video and find it out. Here is the bit.ly link to the YouTube video on young innovators. While watching, please write down the answers to these 3 questions. Where are they presenting their ideas? Who supported them? And what was the aim of the project? Now pause the video lesson and watch the video. Let's check the answers together. Where are they presenting their ideas? The correct answer is at school. Who supported them? Mentors and parents. And the third question was, what was the aim of the project? The correct answer is to motivate creativity and inspire thinking outside the box. If you are not sure about any of these answers, please watch the video again. The bit.ly link is provided here on the screen. Now that we know that great ideas are not related to any age group, let's talk about the spark that lights up the innovation. What do you think sparks innovation? Pause the video now and write down your ideas. Afterwards, please copy the link into your browser and watch the short video. Let's see if your ideas are similar to the ones in the video. To answer the question from the previous activity, what sparks innovation, the answer is curiosity. Are you curious? We teachers like questions. We like to ask questions, and we also like to be asked questions. That shows us that we are listened to, that your attention has been captured, and that your imagination and creativity are being sparked by what we say. Do you agree? Let's stop at this short text for a while. 4 verbs have been marked blue: to be asked, are listened to, has been captured, and are being sparked. What is this? Do you recognize what this is? Is it a certain tense or something else? Blue examples from the previous slide are examples of passive voice. Let's compare active and passive voice. There is a sentence, Sally drove her car off of the road. Sally is the subject of an active sentence. Drove is an action expressed by a verb in past simple tense, and her car is an object. When we transform an active sentence into a passive one, then the object of an active sentence becomes the subject of the passive sentence, the car in this case. We keep the same form, but we shift it into passive voice. So drove from the active sentence becomes was driven in the passive voice. And finally, the subject of the active sentence will become a doer in the passive sentence introduced by the phrase by. The same sentence then in the passive voice is the car was driven off the road by Sally. Another example is the dog bit Timmy on the arm. This is an active sentence. In passive voice, the same sentence is Timmy was bitten on the arm by the dog. Please pause the video lesson now and copy these two examples into your notebook. Remember that the passive voice is formed with the appropriate tense of the verb to be plus past participle. So you need to be very careful when deciding which tense it is in the active sentence in order to make a correct passive sentence. For example, for present simple, he delivers letters. The correct passive voice is letters are delivered. You can find all the other tenses in this table as well. You can also find additional pieces of information on the usage of passive. So the passive is used when the agent, the doer, is unknown, unimportant, or obvious from the context. We also use passive to make more polite or formal statements. When the action is more important than who did the action, and the fourth one is to emphasize the agent. For example, the new library will be opened by the Queen. You can pause the video lesson now and copy this table into your notebooks. Let's practice passive a bit more and let's ask questions. Martin Cooper, an employer at Motorola, April the 3rd, 1973, and the first mobile phone. These are the pieces of information that you will use to make questions. Use question words and ask questions using passive voice. You can pause the video now and write the questions in your notebooks. Let's check it together. Here are examples of questions. When was the first mobile phone invented? Who was the first mobile phone invented by? Or what was invented by Martin Cooper? Well done. A bit more practice for you, and this is your homework. On the bit.ly provided here, you will find an article in Croatian about important Croatian people. You will choose one of these people and report on him or her. Please use passive voice as often as possible. You can write your report or you can choose and record it together with the first activity in this lesson. And our final activity is self-evaluation. Here are 3 statements. I can compare my habits to the habits of my peers. I can talk about inventions, and I can use passive voice. Please evaluate how good are you at each of these statements. You can use this self-evaluation to improve the parts of the lesson that are still unclear to you. Good luck! This is all for today. Thank you for being with us and see you next time. Bye!